Again, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody had a great weekend. So I'll be quick, and today in my presentation, I'm going to be talking about the ISWP Wheelchair Service Provider Certification. A little background, I'm sure everybody's familiar with our organization, the International Society of Wheelchair Professionals. We are currently housed at the University of Pittsburgh, but I just wanted to give a little background and then I'll get started with the certification program. So as everybody knows, there are 1% of our population needs wheelchair, but only 5 to 15% have access to one. So the World Health Organization's goal is to develop guidelines and learning materials to improve service provider capacity in manual wheelchair services. So they released the WSTP, that is the wheelchair service training packages in different levels. So we, in our training initiatives, we have used them extensively. And there is, as everybody knows, there's an immense need for appropriately fit wheelchairs. And one of the barriers is lack of trained and recognized providers. So those are the training packages from the World Health Organizations. If you're not aware of them, we also have them hosted in our website. And so that's basically the background, and that's why we were started to provide services based on World Health Organization's goals. And our mission is to serve as a global resource for wheelchair service standards and provision through advocacy, education, standards, evidence-based practice, innovation, and a platform for information exchange. So our focus is mainly on these four sections: advocacy and training and education. That's the certification is also part of the training and education, and then product standards. Like the picture you see for the product standards is one of our caster testing equipment that we have housed in the University of Pittsburgh. It's in our basement, in our office basement. And we make sure all our products, services, everything is around research. So we do extensive research on all the topics that we discover. And so these are some of the partners who are volunteers in our working group. So we don't function in silos. We have different working groups for each of those services that I mentioned. So advocacy working group, training working group, product and standards working group. So we have representation from around the globe on these different working groups. Right now, the training working group is the one that's, and the standards working group, the main two working groups that are active. And if you're interested, if your field of work is something that you can contribute to these working groups, you're very welcome to join us. And they're all volunteers from, like I said, from these different organizations and universities from different parts of the world. And a little snippet of our impact globally. So in our website, we have a membership that's free, and we have about 5,000 plus users from 111 countries. And then we have our most popular training resource is the basic knowledge test. And we have about 5,700 attempts from 106 countries. And the certification, which I'm going to talk more in detail, we have 155 certified providers. And another important training initiative is our academic training partners. This is our academic training partners group, where we invite other professionals, institutions, universities, training programs, where they have implemented some or most part of wheelchair service provision knowledge or education into their curriculum, or how they've done their research, which could be shared in this platform for others to learn and make sure if they are doing something in the future, they learn from your lessons and make sure they don't. Did anybody want to say something? Okay. So basically learning from your lessons. So it would be important to share such knowledge with this group, and we would appreciate presentations from you guys in the future too. And I'm sure many in our call have already presented, but if you're interested to present in our future academic training partners meeting, let me know. And moving on. So there are different levels of recognition and regulations of a professional. So there is accreditation at education and service level. There's license, that's the PTOT license. And then we have the certification that is provided to an individual. And then we have a certificate. So as a little background, our most popular resource, the ISWP basic test, once a user used to pass them in the past, I think it was 3 years ago, we used to give a certificate which recognize their knowledge gain for only that course. But then we realized that's not enough. So we went a step further, and we are now recognizing professions who have provided evidence that they received, that they have the knowledge and the training at the basic wheelchair service provision training. So that's the certification. We have a board. So a board that manages the certification. They're 9 members board, the global stakeholders, and they were established to monitor an individual wheelchair profession recognition mechanism to be globally deployed. And the members represent educators, NGO, clinical, industry, end users, policy, and of course our ISWP Central. If you want to know more details about our professional standards board, and if you'd like to be also part of this board, we will be doing another nominations once ISWP moves out of the university. We are in that process. So you can check the information in our website. I'll provide the link later in the chat for if you're interested. So jumping right into the certification, like I said, this acknowledges 2 years in our website that you have received appropriate wheelchair service provision training and knowledge at the basic level, and also you're committed to the ethical standards of practice that have been described in our website. So that's a picture of one of our certified provider from Lebanon. Her name is Mary, and she's a trainer also, and she does a lot of training, and she also encourages her students to also get certified with us. So basically, she shares a presentation from us. It's only a 2-slide with at the end of their training, and she encourages all of them to pursue it. And the same goes with the university too. So we have examples from Dalhousie University and University of Manitoba, both in Canada, where we have close tie-ups with the professors, and they're also part of our working groups. So they have taken that initiative to share our certification program with their students. And so far we have 33 certified providers, all of them students from Canada, and in Lebanon we have 35 certified providers, thanks to mostly for Mary's efforts. And so why do you have to get certified? What are the benefits? You will be, the certified providers will be listed in our website. And then they can be found using their name or country, and they'll be listed as a certified provider with their expiry date. And they will receive quarterly newsletter, which contains CE opportunities. And you can be a part of our exclusive listservs. It's only for the certified providers. So there's communication. If you have any questions on wheelchair service provision, or if you want to know something that's happening in another country, you can post your questions in the listserv, and you'll receive responses from other certified providers. And it's obviously attractive to employers since you're certified by an international organization, that's ISWP. And we are providing a discount coupon to this exclusive academic training partners group. So it's a 2% discount for your students and colleagues. If there are more than 5 students or colleagues who are interested to pursue the certification, we'll be providing a 30% discount. It's valid till the end of this year. And they're very simple steps. So basically registering in our website, step 1, and then you have to pass the ISWP wheelchair service provision basic test. That is the test I've been mentioning in my previous slides as the most popular test. We have over 5,000 attempts. So the aim is to score 70% and above. So that's means you have passed the test. And this is based on the World Health Organization's wheelchair service training package basic level. So it's a 75 multiple choice questionnaire. It's there's no time limit to take it, so you can pause and come back later to do it as well. So once you pass step 2, you move on to step 3. It's to complete an online training module in ethics and professionalism. Once you complete the module, then you'll have to take the test again. It's a 10 question multiple choice, and based on ethics and professionalism. Again, if you complete the online training, it's very easy for you to do step 4 too. And so it takes about 10 minutes. And then, so this is all the knowledge gain. So step 5 is where we would confirm that you have also received the training that is necessary. So that it verifies basically, do you receive sufficient training in wheelchair service provision? It could be a letter from your supervisor or instructor. And if you're providing for your entire class, we just accept one letter. That's fine with us too. And or if you don't have a supervisor, you can provide us with certificates of previous training that you've completed. And if you've also completed your education, if you had some wheelchair service provision education are part of your degree, like your master's, bachelor's, you could also provide me with those certificates too. And the last step is to make the to pay the fees. And the fees are, they are lower than the other 80 certifications that's available. So I think for high income, if you're a profession, it's $125. And for middle income, it's $65. And then the low income, it's $30 for professions. And we have a similar price listing for students as well. So students get another 30% discount on top of the ones that I mentioned. So high, low, middle income countries are classified by the World Bank. So we use that, their classifications to determine the fees. And for recertification, so like I mentioned, the certification is valid for 2 years. So after 2 years, you'll have to provide us with 10 hours of CE required for recertification. So the first year, you'll have to provide a minimum of 4 hours CE, and then a second minimum of 4 hours. So most of these CEs are actually provided in the newsletter that we send quarterly. So you don't have to look anywhere, it's already there. So you just have to keep completing them and make sure you complete the form. That is the WSP certification education form. It's called the CPD form in our website. You make sure you complete that every time you complete a course or you do a self-study. Once you keep completing the CPD form, it's actually logged your time and the date that you have completed those things have been logged too. Or you can just gather all this information and provide them to me or in our website towards the end of your expiry. And that's about the certification. So moving on to the course recognition. So in our call today, Dr. Hassan, his course from Saudi Arabia has also been recognized by us. So you can get your courses recognized by ISWP. They can be online, in person, or a hybrid format. And so we assess course conferences and then conference content in both English, Spanish, and against the WHO WSTP, and provide you with the recognition to include in your marketing materials. So it's very simple. It's just 2 steps. You have to complete the online form, and then once we receive your application, we will review it and we will let you know if we have any questions. If not, then we will straight ahead. If it meets the requirements, we will we'll go ahead and provide you with the recognition. So far we've had 5 courses recognized from 5 countries. That's what you see in the map. So finally, we would like to, the call for action based on today's presentation is get your students, colleagues recognized as trained professionals by us, and then include the certification in your resume or LinkedIn profile, and then receive CE opportunities every quarter through the newsletter. And then this is a great platform to network with other certified providers. So together, let's improve the quality of life of wheelchair users worldwide. And that brings me to the end of my presentation. If you have any more questions, I will open the floor now. And you can also, if you've not registered in our website yet, I kindly request you to do so in our website, wheelchairnetwork.org, free membership. And if you have any further questions, you can also email me later. But now I'm just going to open the floor for any questions from the team. Anybody has any questions? And I also would like to mention Dana Croxton and Dr. Hassan are certified providers. So I'm glad they are also participating in today's meeting. Did you have a question else? See you.
Yes. Thank you. First of all, my apologies. I missed the first part of the meeting, so maybe the answer to my question was given there. But is there an overview of the minimum requirements for students to get certified or to have a chance at passing the test? Since we don't have our full wheelchair training installed yet, but the current program does have some wheelchair training involved, and I would like to see if maybe that is already enough for like a basic certificate.
Sure, actually, great question. So we basically encourage students to go through our course. The course is freely accessible in our website. I'm actually going to share my screen. So this course is from the World Health Organization, WSTP. We have it in English, Spanish, and French, and I'm actually working on Portuguese translation right now. So it's, I think I'm not logged in, so just give me a minute. So this basically the same content, like it's divided by A modules and B modules, exactly like how you will see in the WHO reference manual. So each course is developed using the Articulate Storyline. It's an LMS that we've used, and it's freely accessible to anybody. And I'm just going to give you a snippet of how it looks. So the course, it provides you an overview of what A2 wheelchair services are. So it's an interactive, asynchronous tool. So you can go through this, and it's very nice to go through this course. And there's no time limit. Again, the students can go over it whenever they would like to. There's also, if they have any disabilities, they could also turn on the voice over, and at the end of the module they would be requested to complete a quiz based on that particular topic. So this keeps on going, right? So this is for the A2, so we have A3, and then all the A modules, and then B modules. Once the student or anybody completes this entire course, the goal is for them to take up the basic test, and we prepare them in a way that they should be able to score 70% if they have completed all the course along with the quizzes successfully. So if they've done this, I think they should be able to easily take the basic test and pass.
That is very interesting. Thank you. Since at this moment we have a gap in Belgium, since our old program is no longer there and the new program is not there yet. And we do need people with wheelchair training. This could actually just give them the extra that they need at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Of course, it's freely available. I can share the direct link in the chat if you'd like to easily access. So this is in English. Like I said, we have in French and Spanish, and Portuguese should be available by the end of this week.
And so they can do this program. Yes. And at the end, if they want to get the official certificate, they pass the test and they pay their, not tuition fee, but actually they just pay the fee for having taken the whole course, and then they are certified.
Correct. Yes. There's no fees to take the course, though. It's free, but there's no certificate or recognition provided if they complete the course, like the one that I just showed you. So the next step is,
okay.
after they complete this course, they have to take the basic test. That is the 75 multiple choice questionnaire. Only after that, they will have to complete again 2 courses. I'll again share my screen. So there's the ethics and professionalism course and test. So once they take the ethics and professionalism module, they should be able to complete the test. It's like related step 3 and 4. So yeah, that's it. So once they complete that, step 5 is that they'll have to provide a letter from your instructor that they have received sufficient wheelchair training. And then the step 6 is to make the fees payment. And we have a group discount. Like, I don't know if you missed this. So if there are more than 5 students, we would be providing them with 30% discount using this code. And it's valid till the end of this year.
Okay, and normally for a group of students like that, what would be their price?
It would be 65. Just give me a minute. I know for sure for professionals I should know this, but I'm learning, so apologies. Just give me a minute. It's in our website. Yeah, it's 65.
So it's 65 per person, and if there's a few students together, more than 5 students together, and they do this before the end of the year, they get 30%.
Correct.
Off. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Krithika.
Hi.
Thank you so much for this really helpful presentation. I just refreshed my memory.
Thank you.
We actually have a 2-day forum. It started yesterday, and today will be the second day. And I have a talk later this evening about occupational therapist role in wheelchair service provision. Okay. And I was planning to mention and talk about this really very helpful certification. I'm talking here about the wheelchair service provider certification, as well as the course recognition for those who have their curriculum with wheelchair focus materials. So I was wondering if you could share with me that slide that summarizes the steps of wheelchair service provider, so I can show it to audience today. Yesterday we had over 100 audience between specialists and students in rehabilitation science and occupational therapy. And I'm pretty sure tonight will be almost the same number. So it will be really helpful to show them the steps. Maybe, you know, they can, if they are interested, I will of course encourage them to be part of this really helpful certification and approval or recognition.
Thank you so much, Hassan. I really appreciate that. Definitely after this meeting, I will share these slides for you to share with your students. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks. So I have another question in the chat from Paula. We actually don't have anyone from England. So this is the list that I've mentioned. No, we don't have anybody from England. So I'm just going to show a demo of how you can find other service providers. So in USA, we have these many, and then the certification expiry is listed here. So you are welcome to search this list. But yeah, we don't have anybody from England. Thank you for that question.
Good morning, Krithika.
Hi, Dana. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's earlier here than it is there, but by about 13 hours, but that's okay.
I am so sorry to be.
No, don't apologize. I'm an early riser. I'm one of the dreaded morning people. I would like you to share with the rest of the people a little bit about for certification. There's even on the basic test there covers. They have a hypothetical case study. And so I would like you to share a little more about the case study, because this is not purely an academic there's clinicals that are necessary for this, to be a wheelchair provider too. Could you share a little bit with the group about that?
Sure, I can. Thank you so much for that question. So actually what Dana is referring to is at the intermediate level. So this certification is at the basic level, and Dana is one of our participants who has both intermediate and basic recognition. So congrats to you on that. So once you complete the basic level, the next step is for you to complete the intermediate level. So it has 120 questionnaire. Again, it's all multiple choice online, and this is based on the World Health Organization's wheelchair service training package at the intermediate level. So for those wheelchair users who need extra postural support. And after you complete the knowledge test, the second part is the skills test. Skills test involves completing 2 case studies. And so the case studies are from your clients. With pictures, of course, their face morphed, and you'll have to submit the case studies. There are several forms you'll have to complete and go through and add pictures and complete the form and submit to us, and we'll have the experts reviewing. It's all volunteer process, so bear with us for the timeline. And then I know it took a long while, but we made it happen. So once they provide their feedback and their score, you're good to submit the second case study. Same format, another client, another different client, and you submit the forms, and then you get approval you have to pass the second case study. The score is 80% here. And once you complete both the case studies and obviously the knowledge test. So if you complete all 3 steps, you're awarded with the intermediate test certificate. And this is free. There's no cost involved. It's freely accessible in our website. So Dana is proudly say that he's the first one to complete this entire process, and he received the certificate. So thank you for bringing that up. So this is this is the next level after the basic level certification. So more information on the intermediate in the chat for everybody. Any other questions from the team?
Yeah, it's me again. It's Paula. I have a quick question. It's just around the providers. So would it be possible for, say, our wheelchair service to become a provider?
Yes, that's the one I was mentioning about the course recognition. So do you guys, can I ask this question? Do you guys provide trainings?
We've just been working with NHS England to create like an e-learning package. We would do small training for our local kind of therapists and physios and occupational therapists. But we've now branched it out so that it's more regional, and we're looking at doing a package that sort of goes out more nationally on e-learning. And then we're wanting to create our own kind of more intermediate advanced training package for those who have got more postural and seating issues. More specifically for people who are coming into wheelchair services, because we don't have those kind of training in the UK. You know, you're trained in your degree level, but you only get the training once you're in the job. So we do have a lot of new people coming into wheelchair services who don't really know anything about wheelchairs, who benefit from the basic training, and now we've gone on to e-learning for that. But then there's nothing else after that. But it'd be interesting because we don't have like a formal certification or anything like that. So I was just thinking about how we could maybe just incorporate what you do or be part of, you know, what you offer here in the UK and what that would look like.
Sure, yeah. So that would be the first case, like we haven't done that before. So do you mind dropping your email in a chat to me, and I can touch base with you privately, and we can discuss, take it from there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Sure, thanks. Okay, any other questions? So I'm going to drop my email in case my email in the chat. In case anybody has any other questions, please feel free to email me and I'm happy to respond. And yeah, I think if everybody's good, then I can close this meeting for today. Okay, thanks everybody. I really appreciate you taking your time to join this meeting with me today. I wishing you a wonderful day, afternoon, morning. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.